Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Dennis Kiawi. I'm the CEO of Kiawi IT Academy, an online training in database administration and cloud computing. We are focused in training people in database administration and all cloud computing programs like Azure Cloud Computing, AWS Cloud Computing, as well as SQL Server Database Administration. We're based in Texas, Houston, Texas, with head office in Canada, Europe, and in Cameroon, in Limbe to be precise. Yeah, thank you so much. Moving to the US, I grew up in Cameroon. I got my ordinary levels and advanced level here in Cameroon. And then I traveled a little bit. Went to Germany where I did chemical engineering for bachelor's. And then I added up with a master's in process engineering at the University of Nancy in north of France. Then I went to Netherlands for my PhD. So I did a PhD on data analytics. Chemical data analytics. Then after my PhD, working in the lab for some time, I decided that I needed to do something that will have more meaningful impact and direct impact in people's life. Not like what I was doing, didn't really have it, but I wanted a direct impact where I could empower young people to do things that are more rewarding for them. Then I finally relocated to the US with my family, and I started up with database administration. Why did I choose this? Because this is an area of, we are living in the digital era, and data is the new oil. We all know that. And being in the US, knowing that decisions are being driven by data, I saw a lot of young individuals that really wanted to get into this IT field, but really didn't have the right way to start. And I come to see that everything in IT field revolves around data. If you want to understand how analytics are done, you need to first of all understand the fundamental, which is where the data is coming from. That's the most important asset in every industry. That's why I focus on that. And that's why we've been training people since 2018, and we've placed over 400 people successfully in the US job market, generating over $20 million in revenue for African household income earners. Changing people's lives, bringing them from average income into top income earners in the United States as well as in other parts of the world. Then I decided that I needed to bring it back home, which is where I'm coming from, as well as spreading it in all of our other countries. Right now we are being represented by people in all of the different countries, to be precisely over 16 different countries in Africa. And if we count our demographics, we are being represented over 30 different countries in the whole world, which is something really great. And I found that a lot of people actually want just to do this thing, but they need someone that will really guide them. And that's exactly what we are doing. We're trying to make sure we uplift people, we give them the right skills that is needed in this IT field to be able to successfully go through this career. Okay, information technology is a very vast field. We have a lot of different areas when it comes to information technology, and we've decided to choose just one area, which is database administration, as well as other cloud computing programs like Microsoft Azure, AWS, and Google Cloud. Now, should you consider that as a career? Of course. If you look at the area in which we live right now, a lot of people are getting exposed to the internet. And once you are exposed to the internet, there is a digital footprint that is generated. And data is being generated as more people get connected. And right now, we have about 4 billion people that have access to the internet. Leaving more than 40% of the world population is not yet connected to the internet. And once those people get connected, they create their own digital footprint, and we need people to be able to manage that data. So that's why a lot of companies that used to have data lying in their shelves and making no use of it have just realized that you can practically make a lot of money just from this data. And you start seeing careers like data science, data analytics, artificial intelligence, database administration, cloud computing programs, and so on. So it's a wonderful field, and a lot of people just see IT and they feel like this it's really for the most intelligent people, which is not really true, because this is a very vast field. You can actually go in there and choose which field match your own expectation and which field it's easier for you to go through it, and you just learn the skills and you can make a decent living. We've gotten a lot of people that actually had no background in IT were able to go through this and live from zero background to gurus, and they're making a fortune right now just because they were able to dare to try. So I will say, if you're watching out there and you have that mindset, give it a try, dare try, and see what the outcome will look like for you. Well, IT is considered as the next decade most lucrative field just because of the numerous opportunities it offers. Like I said, we live in the digital era. There's a lot of new careers that were not there that are being created. And if you look at statistics, you see that there are more jobs being created than the number of people that are actually matching up. And because technology changes so fast, a lot of people don't tend to work or actually go at the same speed in which technology changes, meaning that there's always going to be jobs available that people can actually take it because they are not qualified enough. So a career in IT is just the best because not only you're working on things that is financially rewarding, you're also working on something that is really, really attractive as well as very interesting, because your day is never going to be the same. You go to the office, you're never sure of what to expect. So it gives that zeal and makes you always looking forward to your next day and experiencing new things, new technology, learning new stuff, and evolving along with it. I tell a lot of people, when you do things that is practically just being introduced into the field, and you are actually making a living out of it, you are sure of a career and sure of a future tomorrow. No, a degree is really not necessary. No, you need a solid IT background to be successful in this field. Now, like we said, when you look at the trainings that we offer, we actually consider that you have no background. And we train you based on that fact that you have no background. So we gradually take you from scratch, and we move you gradually up the chain until to a point where you are comfortable. Now, we do have different paths for people that already have some background and people that don't. And we even start off with basic IT training a few weeks or few months, depending on where your background is, before our official program, so that when we start the program, you would have already gotten to a point where you can actually follow the program successfully to the end without any issue. So I would say an IT background is not necessary. What you should bring should be the attitude, the willingness to learn, and we will definitely give you the right skills that you need to be able to succeed in this field. Well, IT industry is very interesting. There are a lot of certifications are out there, but one thing that I can let you know is that most IT careers don't even require a certification before you start. Right? So what is important is that you should have the skill set. Right? You should demonstrate the skill set during interviews and be able to do the work, and that's what we focus on. Our trainings are hands-on training, making sure that we focus on more practical work than the theory to make sure that you are comfortable, so that when you finish this training, even before you move on to certification, you know exactly what to do, and when you get a job, you are able to go through it successfully. But I will say there are a couple of certifications that are out there, and it really depends on what you're going in for. All what we do is that we do have a lot of advisors that will sit down with you. If this is something that you are interested, you sit down with you and we'll see what your point of interest is, and we can advise you on different kinds of certifications that are available. I don't want to give you any certification right now because I don't know at what time you're going to be watching this video. Probably by the time you're watching this video, those certifications would have already expired because they do expire all the time. But you have our numbers. You can contact us. We will put you on with one of our advisors who will sit down, look at what you're looking for, and be able to advise you on the right certification to take. But what you need to understand is that in this IT field, what is important is not the certification. What is important is the skills that you're going to acquire. And that's what we train you on. Carewtech IT Academy is an online training. We train and place you in the job market. And we actually focus on database management and cloud computing trainings like AWS, Azure, and as well as Google Cloud that's coming up. So this is really where we focus on. We decided to focus our attention on the fundamentals of IT industry, which is really where the data resides, because everything revolves around data. And we train people in database administration. Once you complete our database administration training, we will advise you in other cloud computing trainings that you want to take, because everybody is moving to the cloud. We understand that cloud is a new technology, and a lot of people are looking forward in moving their infrastructure to the cloud. And that's why we have that added into our portfolio. So we train people in Azure Cloud Computing, and even though we focus on that, our main focus during this training is still to make sure that you understand how data functions in the cloud, because this is where most companies are moving their infrastructure in. And we want to make sure that our clients, our trainees understand where technology is moving to, and they should be fully aware and have the skills necessary for the next decade to come. All our training, we have different durations for our training. Our database administration training is a 6 to 8 months training. Within the first 6 months, we go through the entire syllabus. We have a very extensive syllabus that we provide during the first 6 months. Now we do have an extra 2 months training that we provide all the resources, all the advice that you need to be able to succeed in the job industry. We do call that the Open My Offer Letter, the bootcamp, the interview bootcamp, where we help you, guide you, help you with your resumes, and help you with mock interviews to be able to succeed out there. Now we do have our Azure training, which is a 5 months and a 1 month interview bootcamp. Our AWS is equally a 5 month and a 1 month bootcamp. So all our trainings are structured in this manner. And during the training, we have also webinars that helps you to be able to match up with newer technologies that are in the field. But this is how long our training will take. All our trainings are completely online. We offer all our trainings via Zoom platform. The reason why we do this is that we have trainees all over the world. So there is absolutely no reason to focus on one particular area. And technology is evolving, making it possible to have online classes that have the same effect like an in-person session. We have students all over the world, and it's difficult to actually have one particular location where we have our training. So all our trainings are online. What is needed to register? No background is needed. You need a computer that meets our requirements, a laptop that has a 16 gigabyte of RAM, and a 500 gigabyte of solid-state disks. This is for the SQL Server training. But for AWS, Azure, or Google Platform training, you just need a laptop, access to the internet, and a willingness to learn, and we will provide you the rest. Like any other field, there is never a guarantee that once you go through a training, you are going to have a job, right? Because there are so many other parameters that you have to put in place for someone to get a job. 1, are you willing to apply? 2, are you willing to relocate? 3, are you willing to accept the salary? Are you even willing to do what you just finished doing? So all those parameters added to a point where you cannot really guarantee someone that they have a job. But what we can guarantee you is that once you go through this training, we are going to be with you. We're going to focus our attention to making sure that you succeed. But job guarantee, I can tell you that everyone that has gone through our training has followed all our recommendations, and has not given up, has always ended up by having a job. So the choice is yours. If you're willing to be persistent, follow up through our advice, and not give up, I can guarantee you that your training, your time invested here is not going to be worthless. Our trainings have various courses. Our Microsoft SQL Server training right now is $3,500. Our Azure training is $2,500. And our AWS training is $3,000. We do have special discount scholarship awarded through the Kiawe Foundation in partnership. That's our partner organization that we work with, that has given opportunity for us to give our scholarship to everyone from the third world country, meaning that you have an 85% discount on all our prizes. This lowers the SQL Server training from $3,500 to barely $1,000. And then even for our returning trainees, we do also have a returning trainee discount, just because you're coming back. So, and we do also offer opportunities for you to split this training into multiple installments of $1,000 down payment and then $500 every month for a period of 6 months. How easy is it to find a job after training? Definitely very easy. Just go online, look up for any training that we offer, and see the number of jobs that are available out there. Now, what we do is this. We actually go through this interview training bootcamp with you, with renowned mentors that already understand what it takes to get a job. They understand what it takes to look for a job. And they are there to guide you during the interview process, during the job hunting process. So you are never left alone. We make sure that we accompany you, that we guide you, and we give you all the skills, the tricks that it takes to successfully pass an interview. So I can tell you, you can always apply our formula, and which is something that has worked tremendously for all Kiawe training. What is it? What is our formula? It's consistency, hard work, plus determination will lead always to success. If you put all these three things together, it always leads to success. Because a lot of people tend to give up when it's right, when it's not the right time. So apply our formula, determination plus consistency plus hard work will always lead to success.